Corsair have never done this before. A fully modular PC case where you can completely design it your way. Today we're taking the Corsair Frame 4000D Wood RS, adding a full custom loop and exploring just how far this modular design can go. Our motherboard today is the X870E Challenger Wi-Fi. As the naming suggests, we have Wi-Fi 7, combines the bands so you can use them simultaneously, actually speeds up your Wi-Fi and reduces bandwidth lag from too many devices on one network. At the rear, we've also got two USB 4 Type-C, plenty of regular USB, and we also have the Ultra USB power for your audio devices. It reduces noise and disturbance issues in the line. And we've also got the Lightning gaming ports, which is where you would plug your keyboard and mouse into, and they help to reduce any latency issues for better response. But the main reason we're choosing this motherboard today is because it's obviously white and it's going to suit our theme. So let's get into it. Our CPU for today's system is the Ryzen 9 9950X, our only CPU we actually had available on the shelves because all of these other builds, they need to be pulled apart. But it is a 12-core, 24-thread processor, and for things that we do like video editing, having all of those cores and threads is certainly going to help out with rendering performance. And it makes for a good gaming CPU as well. Today we're going with the Gen 4 Spectrum M480. It's a 2TB drive, so we should have plenty for all of our favorite games. This particular one runs at 7,000 read and write, so response times for this system are going to be pretty fast. Tell Microsoft to bugger off and get yourself Windows 11 CD keys for 1/10 of the price. Whokeys have a big sale on, and you can use my code IFR25 to get 25% off with loads of payment methods. Copy your code and paste it here to activate. You can even grab Office for your PC for dirt cheap. Don't pay a reoccurring subscription. Use code IFR25 for 25% off. Links are in the description. All Whokeys software products are on sale right now. Well, I didn't actually know I had one of these available, but we have a Lignum series CPU water block from EK. And I thought, well, considering the front of our case is wood, we could have a wooden CPU block as well. Now, I know it's not the same wood, unfortunately, but I still think it's going to suit. And considering I have no white water blocks left, I think this is the closest thing that will really suit this build. Once again, we've got our white Corsair Dominators back out. Yes, it is a bit of a slower kit running at 5200 megahertz. However, RAM is so expensive at the moment, and this is the only kit we have on hand. And I don't really feel like selling my house to buy another set of white RAM. But it is 32 gigs, DDR5. It'll look good in the system. Today's case is the Frame 4000D, and there is a lot to go through with this case. Firstly, ours came with the oak wooden front panel. Now, there are many different options of front panels to choose from. We've got this pretty cool pattern here that does light up RGB. Then we've got this glass panel here. There is no RGB lighting, however, the fans behind it would look nice, but this for me would choke the case a little bit, so I'm not sure if I'm gonna use this one. And then we've also got another oak wooden pattern, however, this has a wave pattern in it, and this honestly is probably the one I'll end up using. Our motherboard tray on the inside is also completely removable, so you could actually put their Elite motherboard tray inside. If you want something a little more premium, or if you want better cable management, you could actually use their pegboard motherboard tray, which actually comes with some of the pegboard clips so you can customize it to your liking wherever the cables are routing. For our front panel, you can have it completely as a full glass panel to see the insides of your PC, or you can also remove the power supply shroud, put this panel in, which allows you to install 3 extra fans, and then you have this half glass panel which fits in up the top. We've also got this extra add-on panel, so if we slip that in like so, we use the half glass, you could actually install Corsair's brand new screen on the front of the case. And then there's also the option to just completely blank out the case if you don't want to see any of the components. The case does also come with a replacement fan bracket for the rear there. It can fit a 360mm radiator, but inbuilt into this is also a GPU support bracket, and the GPU mounting can be vertical and horizontal. This panel just rotates 90 degrees if you prefer to have the GPU upright. The top panel has the infinity rail system, so you loosen that, you set it to the width of your fans, and then you can install either 120 or 140mm fans up the top, and we also have 120 and 140mm options at the front. The case also comes with 4 pre-installed fans, but we are going to be replacing them with RGB fans. It's going to be an exciting case to build with. Let's get started. For the fans, we're actually going to be using the RS120 ARGB fans from Corsair. Corsair kindly sent these over to try out in the build. This is a 3-pack and we've got a single pack as well. So I'll be interested to see how these go. We do have enough connections on them to daisy chain them together, which will make cable management much easier. We've got not one, but 2 Corsair XR5 360 radiators. Yes, I did want to go with white ones. However, they are currently used in other builds. No, we have the black ones left. However, we will be putting white fans on top, so it is going to hide the majority of the radiator. Plus, the back of the GPU has a bit of black, so a little bit of a panda build is not going to hurt us. found this older Corsair XD5 pump res combo. It's my only white pump that I currently have available. It does have a D5 pump inside, plenty of inlets and outlets throughout. It is a little dirty, but I'm hoping that I can clean it up a little bit first. Then hopefully the leftovers inside would be cleaned up by the liquid that we add. And at least all of the cables are black and not multicolored. I've completely run out of our RTX 5000 series with water blocks, so we've gone to the RTX 4080 and I'm keen to see how it still performs in builds today. I mean, it's only a generation old, so it should still be able to keep up with the latest games. We also have 16 gigs of VRAM, and we've put a full cover EK water block on this card, so we should see really good temperatures. Corsair also provided the RM850X shift power supply. It is ATX 3.1 PCIe 5.1 ready, meaning that it has the new connectors which have larger sensor pins, and when something comes loose, they don't actually keep providing the full 600 watts to the GPU, meaning that it'll actually cut back on power to avoid burning out the GPU plugs, which a lot of the older power supplies and connections were having issues with. Plus, I'm excited to see how well the shift feature actually helps us out in building in this case. Avatar 4K Ultra settings, let's go. You can see our GPU is completely maxed out at 98%. We're getting around 69 FPS at the moment. CPU sitting around 57 degrees Celsius, GPU at around 40 degrees Celsius. Looking pretty good so far. It just goes to show that the 4080 is still quite a capable card. The highest settings possible on Avatar, and we're still getting over 60 FPS. All of the temperatures are looking fantastic. There's no stuttering, it's nice and smooth, and the GPU utilization is between 96 and 100%. During the dark ages, 4K Ultra Nightmare mode,
Let's go. All right, we beat the first gate. On to the second one. We're seeing 42 degrees on the GPU, 57 on the CPU, and about 64 FPS, Ultra Nightmare mode on a 4080.
Well, what a great case this was to build in. So many opportunities for modification to turn this build into something unique. I actually really enjoyed the build process in this case. For me personally, I don't think I would go with a shift power supply in this case. Again, simply for the fact that you can hide more cables underneath the power supply shroud, so there's less cables at the rear. But apart from that, it was a really awesome building experience. I also really enjoyed building with the 4080. It is a great card capable of 4K 60 FPS. However, if you want 4K max settings and more than 60 FPS, I would recommend a higher end card or dropping this card down to 1440p max settings. But guys, if you enjoyed builds like this, then you're absolutely going to love this build where we built in a funky case that is color shifting. Go check it out. Thanks for watching, consider subscribing, and we'll see you in the next one.